Hi, today is May 13th, 2023, and here are my poems for the day. The first one is poem number 784, The Little Horse. Yesterday I googled little horse because I was a little hoarse all day and because I am just full of dad jokes. I looked for public domain images and found The Little Horse by Albrecht Dürer. It's a print on paper from an engraving from 1505. There's a copy in the permanent collection at the Metropolitan Museum of Art. There wasn't much info on the Met's site, so I thought I'd see if I could find out more, and I found out that there's another copy at the Victoria and Albert Museum in South Kensington in London. The V&A had plenty of information about this print, but I have to pace myself today. I've got 7 to write today, so let's just move on to the next one, shall we? Poem number 785, The Small Horse. The V&A refers to Dürer's The Little Horse as the small horse, which wrecks my stupid play on words, but what can you do? The description of the print cites numerous sources, including Erwin Panofsky, who literally wrote the book on Dürer in 1943. Walter Strauss paraphrases Panofsky as saying that the representation may refer to animal sensuality, restrained by the higher powers of the intellect. Strauss also advises the reader not to fall into the trap of identifying the horse as Perseus or Mercury, because those proposals, quote, have not found acceptance for lack of sufficient evidence, which is good because I was just about to go there. The horse is unbridled and seems to be trying to escape. I have to say, this print makes me a lot happier than the companion print that Dürer made the same year, but I've got 5 more to go, so, Poem number 786, The Large Horse. Whereas The Little Horse is a study in classicism and idealism, The Large Horse is more naturalistically rendered. You can see the sinews of the horse's legs and the curls of his mane and tail rendered in masterful detail. But the print itself is meant to represent the opposite of what the little horse represents. The horse in this print is docile, subjugated, a slave to the master of reason. I'd be interested in knowing whether Dürer is telling us to root for one or the other, but I'm going to root for the little horse. And you know what? I'm still a little horse today, so let me root. Poem number 787, Wild Horse. Break out, little horse of sensuality and imagination. Bust through that wall. Don't let reason tame you. You were meant to go, man, go, so go. You can do it. Oh, fuck me, you did it. Look at you out running wild in the field. You're so beautiful. This is your true nature, so beautiful and so wild. I could watch you all goddamn day, you crazy motherfucker, you wild fucking horse. Poem number 788. Look at that horse. Yo, large horse. Look at that little horse. Doesn't he look like he's having a fuckload of fun? You could go play with him. You could break away too. It should be easier for you. You're much larger than the little horse. Don't be a sucker. They will never treat you like an equal. They are not going to set a place at the table for any horse, no matter how docile and obedient that horse may be. Have you ever seen a horse at a dinner table drinking fancy wine from fine wine from a fancy goblet? You've got hooves, you moron. You can't hold a goblet. Just go, be a fucking horse. You suck, horse. You suck and you're a fucking sucker. They're just going to slap a feed bag on you and then go to their fancy dining room and forget about you. Enjoy your oats, loser. Poem number 789, Hard on the Horse. I feel like I was way too harsh with the large horse. I wasn't trying to make him feel bad. I was just disappointed. And I'm a fucking hypocrite because when David Graeber was out there occupying Wall Street and Zuccotti Park, I was riding my bike past him every day on my way to my 9 to 5. It was a couple of years later when I Googled the name of my middle school friend and found out what he had been doing since middle school. We corresponded and he was amazed that he had heard some of my music, and I was amazed that he is credited with coining the slogan, "We are the 99 99%, although he attributed the full version to others, which was so like that wild horse. Had I found him earlier, he might have told me to break free, and I might have done it for a while, but I'm sure I would have returned to my stable and figured out how to lock the door on myself. But even if I don't actually do anything, I let my imagination run wild, and there's something to be said for that. And the last poem of the day is poem number 790, Horse Joke. I was thinking about my sister yesterday while shopping for birthday cards for her twins. A few months ago, we were on the phone, and I casually said the word fucking, as in I was a fucking idiot or something like that. And she was like, "John, language!" And I paused, and I was like, "Do you even know me?" So for the niece, who is 13, I wasn't too bad. I got a card where a masked bank robber has got his gun pointed at a teller, and he says to one of the other bank robbers, "Hey, look, this guy could be your twin." And then inside it says, "Happy birthday, don't do anything stupid." But for the nephew, who is also 13, because that's how twins work, I got a card where an assistant chef is holding this cake apparently made of excrement, and the master chef is like, "I said sheet cake." And then inside says, "Happy birthday," and all that crap. The twins loved their cards, and their mother surprisingly didn't seem to mind. But then, and this is weird, she told this joke. Her version was with an elephant, but I think it works better with a horse. The joke was, if Jack is on a horse and he's having trouble getting down, would you help Jack off the horse? I didn't laugh, but I smiled. It's a pretty good joke to tell to 13-year-olds. Earlier, the niece was talking about hormones, and I said, "You mentioning hormones reminds me of a joke I can't tell you, but in retrospect, maybe I could have." All right, that's it. Thank you. I appreciate you. Yeah, I do. Thank you.